Hi there, I'm Shane and welcome back to another radio workflow lesson. In today's lesson, what I'm going to be doing is taking you through the creative and production end inside radio workflow. So one thing we need to be aware of is how work queues actually work. So going across the top here, we have links into what we call different work queues. And these work queues are generally representative of the different departments within your organization. So for example, and the standard ones that we have set up for you are creative, traffic, production, and dubbing. Now you can modify these work queues and add different departments if you need to. Now also you can kind of think of these work queues as essentially buckets, okay? So inside each of these buckets are different production orders. So if a production order is in one of these buckets, it's considered active within the system and there is something that needs to be worked on. So we can see here by looking at the dashboard, there's 31 projects in creative, 1 in traffic, 40 in production, and dubbing 3. Now if we go to the settings panel, under creative and production, there's actually an option here where you can customize these work queues to suit your organization. So for example, if you don't have a dubbing department, you can make that particular work queue inactive. We can also add additional work queues and also edit the ones that we have there. Now the order that they appear on the dashboard is representative of the order that is here. So you can move different work queues up and down and you'll notice that on the dashboard they will move around as well. So you're not limited to 4 work queues, you can add as many as you want. Now as I was saying, a active production order will live in one of these work queues at any given time, or one of these buckets, okay? And the work queues are representative of each department. So a project has kind of like a department status and also an actual spot status. And we'll go over that when we have a look at the actual project page. Now you will notice that there are other tabs here that we can switch to. So we've got our Assigned to You tab, which is any projects in the system where I'm assigned as either the producer, writer, or dubber. Okay, and then any active projects. And that's any projects that are in the system that I've created that are still going through the production process. And then any draft projects that I've created that I haven't yet submitted to production. So if I do go up here and go to start a new project workflow and I don't complete the entire new project wizard, and then obviously it'll save it here as a draft and I can go back to it at a later date. Now, if we click on one of these work queues, it's going to take us through to that particular work queue, and inside, this is what it looks like. Now, this first tab here is representative of what work queue we have selected up here. So for example, if we go over to the traffic work queue, you'll notice that this particular tab here is updated to traffic. Now, if we want to ignore the work queue and view all projects that are currently active, we can click on the global icon here, which is all work queues. So let's go back to the production work queue and have a look at what's inside here. So inside here, we can assign default talent, we can assign a producer, we can obviously also do that in the creative work queue as well, where we assign a writer. So let's open one of these projects. If we run our mouse over the project, it'll give us a breakdown of what spots are actually inside that particular project. So let's go back to the creative and production dashboard. And at this point, that's everything that I wanted to go through from a creative and production dashboard point of view. Now I am going to create another video that will actually go through the project page in a lot more detail. Okay, so once you finish watching this video, please keep an eye out for that one as well. Thank you, and I hope you found this lesson informative.